Patriots, we need to talk. While the media is busy distracting us with nonsense, Chuck Schumer went on PBS and said something that should terrify every freedom-loving American. Today we're going to break down what he said, why it matters, and whether he just crossed the line into felony voter intimidation. Buckle up and stay tuned to the end because this one's big. Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Henry, and this is Conservative Commentary, where we spread the MAGA message. Before we dive into Schumer's felonious conduct, I'd like to ask you for a favor. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and hit the like button, drop a comment, and share the video. This really helps us grow the channel and get the message out. Now take a listen to what Schumer said in an interview on PBS this week, and then we'll break it down.
We are mobilizing in New York. We have people going to the Republican districts and going after these Republicans who are voting for this and forcing them to either change their vote or face the consequences. This is a long, relentless fight that we fight every day, and I am confident that we will bring Trump's popularity, numbers, and strength down if we keep at it and keep at it and keep at it.
On national television, Schumer sent a clear message. If you support conservative policies or MAGA candidates, you'd better watch out. He didn't come right out and say, I'm threatening Republican voters. But folks, the message was crystal clear. Comply or face consequences. This isn't just tough political talk. This is criminal. Under federal law, 18 U.S. Code Section 594, intimidating or threatening voters is a felony. Here's what the statute says. 18 U.S. Code Section 594 speaks directly to what Chuck Schumer just did on PBS. It says, whoever intimidates, threatens, coerces, or attempts to intimidate, threaten, or coerce, or any other person for the purpose of interfering with the right of such other person to vote or to vote as he may choose, or of causing such other person to vote for or not vote for any candidate for the office of President, Vice President, Presidential Elector, Member of the Senate, Member of the House of Representatives, Delegate from the District of Columbia, or Resident Commissioner at any election held solely or in part for the purpose of electing such candidate, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for not more than 1 year, or both. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a felony because it subjects the person who intimidates a voter to up to 1 year in prison. And Chucky just did that. And his actions could well be construed as a felonious conspiracy under federal law. Let's look at the applicable statute. By reaching out and encouraging others to commit violence or to otherwise intimidate Republican voters, Chucky has conspired to commit the offense of voter intimidation. Look at 18 U.S. Code Section 371. If two or more persons conspire either to commit any offense against the United States or to defraud the United States or any agency thereof in any manner or for any purpose, and one or more of such persons do act in effect the object of the conspiracy, each shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for not more than 5 years or both. A felony, yet again. If, however, the offense, the commission of which is the object of the conspiracy, is a misdemeanor only, the punishment for such conspiracy shall not exceed the maximum punishment provided for such misdemeanor. So here, Chucky is conspiring to commit a felony, and so it subjects him to 5 years imprisonment and a fine, or both. Chucky, you've stepped into the deep end and you don't have a life preserver, pal. Now imagine if President Trump or any Republican said something half as threatening. The media would be calling for prison time. You know, Democrats love to preach about protecting democracy, but what do they really mean? Democracy for them, silence for us. But Schumer's words weren't just reckless. They're part of a larger pattern of the left trying to bully conservatives into submission. I predict that the DOJ will soon have some bad news for Chucky. This cannot stand. If the law matters, it matters for everyone. We need investigations, and we need Republicans in Congress demanding answers. And we need every patriot to stay awake and aware. We see their fear. They know MAGA is stronger than ever. But Schumer didn't stop with his threats to Republican voters. In a shocking revelation during his PBS interview, Schumer openly discussed leveraging liberal judges to obstruct President Trump's agenda. Watch.
There are those who believe that we are in real time living through an assault on the constitutional order. Do you believe that we are in a constitutional crisis right now?
Yes, our democracy is at risk because Donald Trump shows that he wishes to violate the laws in many, many different ways. The good news here is we did put 235 judges, progressive judges, judges not under the control of Trump last year on the bench, and they are ruling against Trump time after time after time. And we hope that the appellate courts, when it gets up there in the Supreme Court, will uphold those rulings. They restored the money to NIH. They required that 8,000 federal employees have to come back. We're in over 100 lawsuits against them, and we are having a good deal of success. It's only at the lower court level right now.
He admitted that the judiciary, filled with activist judges, is being used as a tool to counteract policies endorsed by millions of Americans. The strategy undermines the democratic process, using the courts to achieve partisan goals that couldn't pass through the legislative branch or through an election. It's a blatant example of how the left exploits every level of power to impose their agenda, regardless of the voters' will. Schumer's candid admission exposes a calculated effort to weaponize the judiciary against conservative policies, bypassing the electorate's voice. While the Democrats continue to try to paint President Trump and those of us who support him as threats to democracy, it is clearly the Democrats who are the threat. They only want to consolidate power regardless of what 80 million Americans voted for. Folks, we need to fight back. We need to continue to fight for President Trump's agenda and elect like-thinking candidates in the midterms. Let's see to it that these Democrats have no power to implement their anti-American policies. It's up to us. What do you think about all this? Please share your thoughts in the comments.